Alright, so this is going to be a new kind of video for me. I don't normally get in front of the camera and say a whole lot. Normally taking videos of shooting or car stuff, that sort of thing. But I saw this challenge. Which would you prefer? The AK platform and the AR platform, and it kind of perked my interest a little bit. I mean, I know there's a lot of diehard fans out there. It was kind of an interesting question. Got me kind of thinking about a few things. Of course, there's really no right or wrong answer. You know, everybody's going to have their own crazy opinions about this, that, and the other. Why one's better than the other, and vice versa. You know, it kind of similar to the car debate. You know, car folks are always, oh, my car's better than yours, and so on and so forth. But anyways, so I brought out two of my rifles because I actually like both platforms. Kind of for different reasons. I mean, the AK has kind of a nostalgic type look to it. You can see I have an Arsenal SGL 20. This is one of the older Russian-made ones, and it originally came with plastic furniture, and I added the wood, the laminate Russian furniture and whatnot. And then I got just a regular old AR. It's my registered short-barreled rifle. I've changed it, you know, a little bit over the years. I got a couple different uppers for it, that sort of thing. I use it for a lot of different things. So anyways, so first off, let me make sure that everything's clear. So do the AR first. All right. Okay, so it is in fact clear. All right. Take the AK. Mag out of there. All right. So, yep, clear. Okay. So one of the things that, if I could only choose one platform, which would it be? And I kind of look at the apocalypse scenario that a lot of us, you know, gun types and whatnot kind of look at. And which one is going to serve me the best in the long run? Well, they're both super reliable. A lot of people, you know, will say the AK is more reliable than the AR and vice versa. I think they're both very reliable. Of course, reliability boils down to a lot of times who makes the particular rifle or the parts, that sort of thing. But for me, what I find, especially being in the United States, I think from an ammo perspective, if I were to only choose one, which ammo is going to be more widely available? Well, since the main caliber of our armed forces is 5.56, and not the 7.62x39 that the AK uses, for that reason I would go with the AR. But there's actually a few other reasons that me personally, I feel that if I had to choose one, it would be one or the other. And for me, it would be the AR platform. And the reason being for this is you don't really need a lot of specialized tools to work on the AR. However, with the AK, again, apocalypse scenario, if your AK fails on you, for example, you have a bolt failure or something like that. I know these are a little, you know, these are scenarios that are, you know, catastrophic type failures, but you can't just swap a bolt into an AK. You know, they are individually headspaced, and these are some tools you may not, the average person is not going to have. I mean, I do have headspace gauges myself, but for an AR, you know, you can take, more often than not, the bolt out of another AR, and it's going to headspace fine, especially if the round count's not super high. Whereas with an AK, you can't just grab a bolt out of another AK and simply drop it in there. You're going to run into some issues doing that. So, so for that reason, keeping the whatever rifle, my go-to rifle, up and running, you know, I'm going to lean towards the AR because I don't need any specialized tools really to do work to an AR. I mean, they break down very easy, okay? And the average person can take, you know, a few basic tools and they can totally disassemble this slower here and strip it down, okay? As a matter of fact, mine's, yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not, but yep, it needs cleaned. But, you know, I don't clean my rifles all the time. I freaking run them until they're dirty and then I clean them. So, you know, but yeah, so again, you can take an AR bolt assembly and you can swap this more often than not with another AR and get yourself back up and running. You can't do that with an AK. Same thing goes for, you know, swapping out some of the components on the upper assembly, you know, your barrel and that whatnot. You know, depending on your barrel nut, you may need a little bit of a special wrench, but you know, your muzzle device, your gas block, that sort of thing, you can swap all this stuff out pretty easily. Let's take a look at an AK. This top cover in this AK is always really tight. So take this guy out. All right. Okay. So there's your bolt assembly. So if you can tell, I've cleaned this not too awful long ago and it's not really been shot a whole lot. So if you look at the AK, if you need to swap barrel out for some reason, you need a lot of stuff. All right, so everything is riveted in. Okay. And that makes things kind of a challenge with an AK for the long run. Again, I'm looking at catastrophic failures, not just, you know, regular maintenance. Maintenance is no big deal. You know, you can take the gas system off, you know, pretty easily. So, let's see. I haven't had this off in a while either. All right. There we go. Yeah, this AK is, I'll tell you, it doesn't get shot very much, so everything is pretty nice and tight on this guy. I love it. It's an awesome rifle. But so yeah, you know, the other thing, even with side adjustments, all right, your front side, if you got to drift that thing over, you know, you got to have some specialized tools for that. Anything dealing with swapping the barrel out or swapping out you know, your trunnions, front and rear trunnions, anything like that, due to some sort of catastrophic failure, you're going to have the ability to change these rivets. So, trigger components, you don't need a lot of special tools or whatnot, but yeah. So, anyways, I think I've drugged this on longer than I originally intended. So, but anyways, that's my main reason for preferring the AR platform over the AK is in an apocalypse scenario. The AR is a little easier serviceable for the end user as opposed to an AK. I love both. They're awesome platforms. I have probably more ARs than AKs, but I have both. I love them both. But for the long term, if I had to pick only one, it would be the AR right here. So anyways, guys, appreciate y'all watching and listening to me ramble on here, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So y'all have a good one. Take care.